It's fully deserved. Started the game really well, and as you say, that away goal was crucial. And I don't think it will. It'd been part of the plan to get a goal, but to have it that early and give yourself that cushion, it's fully deserved. That away goal was crucial. And
breaking forward.
I don't think it will. It'd been part of the plan to get a goal, but to have it that early and give yourself that cushion, it's fully deserved. Straight in behind, but Katic dealt with it very comfortably. Again, they look as if they're shaping up for another long throw.
Yeah, it will be the long throw this time from Zvoglodov. And it is a long one. Katic again getting his head to that one, and Jaria gives chase.
I think Porovic looks as if he's going to be the physical threat from the long throws and the set plays.
What a ball that is from Candeias for Morelos. Take on the end of Morelos, goes for goal. Perhaps it might have been better served just holding that one up, Stevie, for support to arrive.
I think he could have held it up and maybe turned back out and kept possession from the long throws and the set plays.
What a ball that is from Candeias for Morelos. Take on the end of Morelos, goes for goal. Long way to go. An unusual kick out from Alan McGregor. Does reach Arfield, couldn't bring it under control, but Katic gets his head to that one.
One thing Rangers can't do is become complacent. I think from the first leg they probably realised that they're a better team than Ufa, but in European football things can change very quickly, so they need to stay switched on for the 90 minutes.
Comes across. Back inside for Vanek. Has it. Morelos just gives chase. Jokic just spreads it wide to Edoseru. Salatic.
Again,
chased down by Jaria, and again the free kick will go the way of FC Ufa.
You can see the work rate in Morelos there as well, getting back in to help his midfield out, and they'll be really appreciative of that.
Yeah, definite foul from Alfredo Morelos. Jaria is looking to get something on it again, and well, the effort does come from Vanek in the end. It's well over, and 21 minutes played now. Rangers still pretty comfortable in this one.
They are comfortable. Ufa have stepped up the tempo in the last 4 or 5 minutes. They've not created any real great chances, but they're putting the ball into Rangers' box, and they're having a few snapshots from outside the box. So maybe Rangers just need to get possession of the ball and keep it and give themselves a rest for a few minutes.
Alan McGregor gets restarted, looks for Candeias. Candeias doing well to win that one, and Morelos wins the free kick chance here for Rangers to load the box rather. Good hold up play from Morelos to get Rangers up the field, and a chance for James Tavernier. Some of his deliveries so far this season have been nothing short of sensational. Let's see what he can do here.
It's a great position for Tavernier to put a ball into the box, and
Ryan Jack,
I think since the start of the season, his wide delivery and assist he's got been outstanding. So we're looking for the same here.
Way back now, Tavernier just having to be careful to watch the ball in on the artificial surface, and Catis of all people it is who gives chase. Goes wide for Kent. Kent's ball in,
get back as quickly as possible.
Away. Yeah, you imagine Ryan Jack may be the one to fill in until the Croatian gets back, but unusual to see him watch the bounce on the artificial surface. Catis of all people it is who gives chase.
I think Catis better get back as quickly as possible.
Yeah, you imagine Ryan Jack may be the one to fill in until the Croatian gets back, but unusual to see him.
You've done your job, and Rangers are well drilled and every individual knows that job.
Golson's header gets it clear. Again, the ball will be played along the back line by Ufa. Morelos gives chase, and Belanov clear. Golson it is, comes into midfield to try and clear that one. Nigeria gets something on it, look for Arfield. Ufa though come away with it, and the free kick goes the way of Ufa.
I think there's maybe a slight pullback there from Connor Goldson. I would need to see it again, but he doesn't seem too happy about it.
Yeah, we'll see it again on the replay. Yeah, it was just a little bit of a swipe across the top of the chest, and
there was not much in that. But I think in European football, the opposition is going to make the most of the circumstances.
Golson just sends it away. Ryan Jack looking to get on the end of it. Morelos this time.
This is where Rangers are happy for Ufa to have the ball. They're never going to hurt you from there, and it allows Rangers to have their shape. And
Kratic sends it, and Golson comes across to try and close down Svizov. Ryan Jack finds the one for Ryan Jack. Svizov just couldn't quite get the ball out his feet. A chance now for Ryan Kent to run. He's got Morelos inside him. Candeas all the way across. Good play, Ryan Kent to hold on to it. Spreads it wide for Candeas. Scott Arfield has joined the attack. Candeas has it. Kent now. Nigeria.
It was a great play from Ryan Kent.
Tavernier sends it in. Will it drop for Morelos? It's cleared away. Ryan Jack comes forward. Again, not properly cleared by Ufa. Maybe I'll drop for a white shirt again. Ryan Jack looks for it. It's there for Tavernier. Tavernier still has it. The Ufa players shout handball. Nothing doing in the eyes of the referee. Rangers was plenty meant forward.
Again, it's really important that Ryan Kent offers that counter-attacking option down that side, and he done it really well there.
Lovely interchanging play between Kent and Ajaria. Ajaria just steps away from his man. What an impact he's had so far over Ajaria, looking for Candeas. If I do though, get their foot on the ball. Through Porovic. This time they have a little more space to bring it forward, but after he gets back, just forces Jokic to turn back, and you can see the frustration on his face, and it's given away. Kent steps inside his man. Ryan Kent has Morelos outside him. Morelos goes for goal, wins the corner, charged down by Nedo Seru, and well, slack play from Ufa rather. I'll try to say that again, FC Ufa, and
again Morelos is looking to be shot off as early as possible. Maybe then when he's got the defender backed up in the box 1v1, I would like to go and maybe see him try and take him on and make him commit a foul, or go past him and get his strike away. Look to take it a little bit early there for me.
Rangers again taking the opportunity to get the defenders forward from the back. It's going to be Ryan Kent with the corner kick. So dangerous have Rangers been from set pieces this season. That's a decent looking ball, looking for Katic straight into the arms of Alexander Belanov.
The goalkeeper for Ufa's Belanov started the game a little bit more confidently than he did the first leg, so fair play to him for that.
Still really steady. We wait for Ufa to properly commit and go for it.
As I say, they look quite content just now, which is quite strange, being 2 goals down and an away goal down as well. You need to score 3 goals. You think they would be playing with a little bit more urgency. But as I say, Rangers can't get complacent, and they can't become overconfident, because that's when football comes and bites you, and they need to stay switched on for the full game.
A trip by Ove Ajaria, and Ufa will have the chance to load the box, although it is from a pretty deep way out. They do have it. Goldson just gives chase, sees it out of play, this corner. Goldson. Jokic has it. Gets it down the wing for Svizov. It's good defending. Rangers just playing the ball off. Dimitris Faise, one of the players to come in this week, and Rangers will have the goal kick. Rangers supporters who have made the mammoth journey to Ufa, around 80, we reckon, in the stadium this afternoon.
It's a great effort from the fans to make that journey.
But you know it, Stevie, you've been all over the world with Rangers, and everywhere you go, the fans always somehow find a way.
They do, and that's something that can never be questioned about the Rangers fans. They'll always find a way, no matter where the fixture is, and they deserve a hell of a lot of credit for that, because they do travel in their numbers everywhere. And they'll be more than happy with what they're seeing as well. So far it's well worth the journey.
Yeah. Rangers, of course, breaking their long duck without a win away in Europe in Osijek earlier in the competition, the second qualifying round. It's been some journey for Rangers to get here. This is the 8th of 8 potential qualifying matches, and this scoreline will see them in to the UEFA Europa League group stage draw at the Grimaldi Forum in Monaco tomorrow afternoon. A long way to go though, but Ryan Jack has it now for Rangers, just gets it for Arfield. Arfield looked for Ryan Kent, but Kent will still give chase and put Nedo Seru under pressure, just sees it back to Belanov, does the Romanian.
Really important role Ryan Jack's got today, and not only there winning possession back, but using it really, really well, and picking out a pass and setting Rangers on the front foot and setting them up for a counter-attack.
Made for Jokic, and for the first time in the game, Ufa with the opportunity comes across. Will Rangers see this out? Somehow Rangers have survived.
It's a great block from Conor Golson on the line, putting his body on the line for the team and keeping the ball out of the net.
Svaisev, who was sliding in there, Rangers caught out as Igboon charged down the left, cuts it back.
Igboon showing that threat in behind, and Conor Golson initially gets caught, and as I say, but gets himself back into position with a vital block on the line. It's great defending. It's what you want to see from your centre halves, putting their body on the line and defending that goal with their lives. Yeah,
the ball back from Zavogladov, and Rangers manages somehow to get that one away. Again, a warning from Ufa, really the first proper one we've seen in this match, that they're still well in the game. Rangers survive, and almost played half an hour at the Nefjanik Stadium.
It's a little warning to the Rangers to let them know that they're still in a game, and there's still a job to be done. Still a lot of hard work left in this 90 minutes yet before Rangers can qualify.
Candace gets something on that, but couldn't quite chase down the rebound. Katic underneath it. Tabidze. Well done, Conor Golson. Golson just looks wide for Flanagan. Flanagan, of course, on the yellow cards from early in the game. Back for Flanagan.
Again, Rangers just looking to take the sting out of Ufa's momentum by keeping possession as Golson tries to hit a more adventurous pass towards Candace.
Candace just looking to step in there. Ejaria manages to win it back. Ejaria slips it through for Morelos. Chance for Morelos, steps inside. Morelos cuts it back. Ejaria beat it again. Just slips wide from Ovie Ejaria. Well, I thought Morelos was going to let fly there. Manages to spot the run of Ovie Ejaria as we see it again. Nice play from Rangers. Ejaria just sees the runner. Morelos gets it inside, slips across, and Ejaria just with the aid of the deflection from Nedo Seru.
But again, it was great play from Ejaria with the press in the middle of the pitch, using his strength, and he also had that quality to pick out Morelos, who was really unselfish to lay him back, and was very unlucky with the finish.
All comes in, and Ryan Kent straight into the arms again of Belanov, bowls it out.
I think the delivery from set pieces needs to be a little bit better. Needs to be a bit more quality.
Yeah, it's been a real weapon so far for Rangers this season, and perhaps just need to tidy those up a little. But it is Rangers who do have the lead, and there's no flag here. Ufa with the opportunity, and Ufa equalise. Well,
Rangers looked like they were playing a really high line there. I'll need to see that again from a different angle to see if he was onside.
Yeah, we'll see it again, but perhaps the warning came a few minutes ago as Ufa broke the offside trap, and Dimitris Vaisev levels matters on the night for Ufa. 33 minutes played.
but that's the third time in maybe the last 10 minutes they've broke that offside trap, and it looks offside to me.
Yeah, he looks well off Stephen, but the flag stayed down from the assistant referee, and Slicev just sees it beyond Alan McGregor. We are level. Ufa still, of course, require a further 2 goals to turn this one around, but
that's one thing you can't do. You've got to play at the whistle. You've got to take the referee and the linesman out of the equation and defend properly, and Rangers never done that. The other line was far too high, so and they got punished for it. But as I say, they're still in a good position, and they maybe need to just take the sting out of the game and maybe have a little bit of possession in the next few minutes and make sure they go in at half time still well lead.
Just as we were watching the replays of the goal, Alfredo Morelos is taken out, and Salatic sees yellow. Ufa perhaps just a little too eager to get things back underway. They of course have that goal, and the referee has seen something over on the far side again. Ufa's press just a little too eager, and Arfield it was filled that time.
Rangers really need to be aware of the threat in behind. As I say, that's 3 times they've been caught now, and you can't rely on the linesman whether his decision's right or wrong. You can't keep relying on officials to bail you out. You've got to defend first and foremost and do your job properly.
Golson was looking for Ryan Kent. He did manage to get his head on it, but it goes for the throw over on the far side. Cleared away by Nedoseru. Katic was underneath it, and Ufa with a chance to run through Igboon. Igboon with a chance to go at Golson. Ryan Jack holding him up. He's looking to step inside. This is danger for Rangers. Tavernier it is. Against Jokic. Tavernier doing so well, and as it does go for the throw rather than the goal kick, but danger from Ufa as they search their route back into the game.
Yeah, Rangers just need to get through this little sticky period, and it was great defending from James Tavernier then to win the throw in, and again they were offering that threat in behind with Igboon, and Golson dealt with it quite well that time.
And ball from Connor Golson, referee judging it was accidental, looking for Morelos. Candace gives chase.
But again, you can sense the atmosphere in the stadium's changed. They sense that they've got a better chance now, and the fans are fully getting behind Ufa.
Another one of these niggly free kicks. There's been quite a few this afternoon. This time it's Scott Arfield who's penalised.
I think Scott knows himself that was a foul. He came in a little bit late.
Flanagan just lets his man go, and Ufa are in again. Cut back, and Golson just sees it behind before it can reach Sylvester Igboon, who was coming in at the back post. It was cut across by Zavogledov, and well,
I don't know if that took a funny bounce for Flanagan there. I don't know if it was something to do with the surface. It seemed to me as if he'd read it, and at the last minute he pulled his leg away. I don't know. But again, they're offering that threat in behind, which is a defender you hate.
Corner sent in, headed away by Golson. It's well on by Kent for Morelos, but Morelos does so well, and he's unlucky there, Alfredo Morelos, and he's probably going to see a yellow card here for just kicking the ball away, and indeed he does.
That was silly from Morelos. He didn't have to kick the ball. He was frustrated with giving the foul. I think it's more the frustration with losing the goal, and Rangers been under a little bit of pressure. So
yeah, he does take great balls on Jokic. Does Morelos. And he's sent Alfredo Morelos off, I think. Is the red card out?
I did see a red card, but I didn't see who shown it to.
Well, Alfredo Morelos is questioning the referee, Tobias Steeler. Yeah, complains once again, Alfredo Morelos, and yep, the second yellow card comes for Alfredo Morelos, and it's a red card for the Rangers striker. Well, that
looks
was
like
all
the second
too
yellow
unnecessary.
card was for dissent, and it's something that Morelos really needs to stamp out the game, because his team's under pressure, and he's put them in another position now where they're going to need to dig him out a hole again.
Well, twice already we've seen Rangers play with 10 men for a significant period of the match. To draw at Aberdeen, and then St Mirren opening league game of the season at Ibrox Stadium. Ross McCrory was sent off. Morelos, of course, was red card in that Aberdeen match, and well, very, very unnecessary from the Colombian, and the Rangers will have a fair chunk of the game to see out with 10 men.
One thing I will say is it's good that it's not a good thing that they've so many red cards, but it's a good thing that they've managed to work on that shape, and they know their jobs when they go down to 10 men. And I think now it's about getting through to half time and Steven Gerrard putting a message across of what he wants in the second half. But right now Rangers just need to get to half time to regroup.
It's Vogledov's long throw, it's an easy one for Flanagan. Ejaria, a loose one from Ovie Ejaria, and just happy to see it away for the throw in the end. And well, Steven Gerrard, you can imagine he'll be furious with his striker. Ejaria just looks to get in front of that one. Flanagan.
In Morelos' defence, it didn't look there was much in it though. But with Morelos, when it happens so often, it's really, really disappointing, because everything else in his game is so positive, and that's probably the one thing that lets him down.
And again, and the ball in behind again, cut back, and Wilson it was again. There's a couple of times that Saiswev's managed to get in behind, and
he's causing Flanagan a few problems down that side. But that's when, as a fullback, you maybe need to shout in your wide player or the defensive midfield player to help you out a little bit and give you a little bit of cover when you're struggling.
Looks for now at least as if Ryan Kent is playing a more central position. Daniel Kinde's just tucking in Ovie Ejaria over on that left-hand side. Again, it's Saiswev and over the top. Rangers really just, the best thing they could do now is just see this one out till half-time, Stevie.
That's what we've got to do. They've got to use their experience, and players like McGregor and Goldson and Arfield to buy a little time, and as I say, get to half-time and settle down and regroup and get the message from the manager of what they're looking for in the second half. And I think if they get in at half-time with the scoreline the same, they'll be more than happy with the way things have went in the last 10 minutes.
So Alan McGregor use his experience to eat up as much time as he possibly can. Ejaria chasing back. Again, it's Saiswev, and the offside flag goes against him this time.
I don't think Ejaria looks overly comfortable playing out on that left-hand side. Maybe that's something that they'll need to look at again at half-time and maybe make a tactical change. But as I say, Morelos has put his team under some serious pressure now with the dissent and the red card. Just when everything was looking positive for Rangers, it's never easy, especially in European football. It never is.
Yeah, because up until the goal, Stevie, Rangers looked so comfortable as the match. Ufa weren't really causing them too many problems, but they'll see this as a real opportunity now.
Of course they will. Even before Morelos was sent off, they were starting to build a little bit of momentum in the game, and that just gives them that extra lift. And not only them, but the crowd as well. The crowd will smell blood, and they'll want their team to go all out to try and qualify.
Gregor's long clearance. It's Morelos now missing. There's not going to be anyone to be able to clear or to win any flick-ons for Rangers.
But the good thing about the squad now, you've obviously got Kyle Lafferty, who scored 2 goals at the weekend on the bench, who, if you want a lone striker, there's nobody better to come on and play that role as well. So they do have options if they do want to make changes.
To Pizza. Comes back to him. If just looking to play through the lines, and again it's going to come for Saiswev. Sends it in off Flanagan. Flanagan caused all sorts of problems out in that left-hand side. Arfield just looks to get it through from Kent, but it's a loose one. Ufa looking to play their way through. They've got plenty of men over here to Ufa. Trying jacket as he manages to get something on it. Ejaria can't quite clear it. Again, Saiswev looks to go on it.
Again, Saiswev's keeping the width when you're playing against 10 men. That's what you need to do, and he's doing that well for Ufa right now. And Rangers just need to get through this period. But again, you can see how high and wide now Ufa's wing backs are playing. They're basically playing like wingers, and I think that will be a trend that will go on for the rest of this match.
Yeah, the balance of play is completely changed. It's all Ufa at the moment. Rangers just looking for some sort of relief. Vanek. Back to him, looks over the top for that run that Saiswev has made so often in the first half, but it's cleared this time.
The Rangers in a good shape there. Forcing them to, as we see the goal again.
Preempted it a couple of minutes earlier when Rangers were caught trying to play the high offside line, and they were caught on that occasion.
They were caught and they were punished. It was a decent finish, and as I say, he's been the main threat so far, and they'll need to keep their eye on him if they want to progress in this tie.
Gregor's long kick out, looking for Tavernier. Just goes away again for the Ufa throw. We've got 2 minutes to go before half time.
But this is where your big players are vital, and when you go down to 10 men, the big thing is organisation, and you need voices and you need leaders, and this is where Goldson and Katic and McGregor will be absolutely vital for Rangers, because that's what's going to get them through this tie now.
Marfield initially did well, but the ball just wouldn't run for Candeas, but you can see how sparse Ufa are at the back. If Rangers do manage to work it, then they're going to have a chance to really break on them.
I think they will, and as the game progresses as well, they're going to become more and more desperate. That's when you get your chance to counter-attack, and you've got to pick your passes very well and give yourself an opportunity.
Nikola Katic is taken out by Igbun. Chance for Rangers to eat up a couple more seconds before the half-time interval.
But I don't think Ufa can have any complaints about the time range. This is exactly what they've done in the first leg, and it's European football. That's what you've got to do. You do whatever you can to get a result, and the most important thing is qualification, and if that means taking time over set pieces, then they've got every right to do so.
McGregor sends it long, looking for Jaria, but seen back to Bellinov by the Ufa defence, and immediately bowled out. They've immediately got so much more pace about their game to Ufa, and Kent with another needless free kick.
It was good work rate from Kent to get there, but once you're there, don't foul, make him play the pass. Yeah, it's definitely a foul.
Fast approaching half time. Tavernier just managed to get a back header on it, but it's only as far as Jokic. Svaisev! Well, sends it wide, but Rangers living dangerously as we go into the injury time at the end of the first half. 2 minutes will be played.
I think with the Ufa wing backs pushing as high as possible, it's given him the option to come off the line and play inside, and he picks it up in a decent area there, and he manages to get his shot away. And again, Rangers are fortunate, but they just need to get to half time and settle down.
Look, perhaps to come off the hand of the Russian as he turned, but again the referee plays on. Tavernier goes to the ground. Some behind, but Katic comes across before it can reach Igbun. Throw one's taken quickly, Ralla. Kent comes across. Endoseru sends it wide. Flanagan up against it again. This time Rangers 3 men out there to try and prevent any more danger from Ufa's right hand side.
Again, one thing Rangers can't do is drop deeper and deeper and deeper, which is they seem to be doing just now, and hopefully they've learned for the weekend game at Murrow where they've done the same thing and they get punished. We need to get out.
Well, again, it's Svaisev, plenty of space for him to deliver to the back post for Igbun, and that's a sitter, Stevie.
It's an absolute sitter, but again, Rangers are far too deep. It's really difficult when you're down to 10 men and you're under pressure not to drop, but that's where you need your players to take responsibility and push up 5 yards. Again, it's Sisayev who puts a great ball into the back post, and Igbun should do better, and as I said, Rangers will get away with a massive one there.
Yeah, Tavernier was maybe just managing to do enough to put the striker off, but what a chance that was for Ufa, and surely Rangers will see this one through to half time. They've got around 10 seconds to go until the interval. Rangers seeing it away for the Ufa throw with the linesman. In fact, gives it Rangers' way, and that should be enough to see the light blues through to the half-time interval. Well, dramatic change in emotions as the half is worn on. Rangers still, of course, well in command of this tie. Ufa needing 2 goals to turn it around as the half-time whistle sounds. Well, we got the absolute perfect start. Ovia Jaria, 9 minutes on the clock, putting Rangers ahead. Rangers in dreamland, the ideal start, but if we can back into it, and there's half hour on, Svaisev with the equaliser on its 32 minutes.
outside, blew his house with a blue little window and a blue Corvette, and everything is blue for him and himself and everybody around, 'cause he ain't got nobody to listen. I'm blue, da-ba-dee, da-ba-die, da-ba-dee, da-ba-die, da-ba-dee, da-ba-die, da-ba-dee, da-ba-die, da-ba-dee, da-ba-die, da-ba-dee, da-ba-die, da-ba-dee, da-ba-die. I'm blue, da-ba-dee, da-ba-die, da-ba-dee, da-ba-die, da-ba-dee, da-ba-die, da-ba-dee, da-ba-die, da-ba-dee, da-ba-die, da-ba-dee, da-ba-die, da-ba-dee, da-ba-die.
come onto the field.
But again, he'll be full of confidence after his 2 goals at the weekend as well, so that's another positive that Rangers can take.
Yeah, you of course played alongside Kyle Lafferty his first spell here, Stevie. What sort of, obviously he's changed a lot since then, but what sort of character is he?
At that point in his career, he was probably the first to tell you he's probably a little bit immature, and I think that the experience he's had and the clubs that he's played at since he's left, and I think he's matured a lot, and he's obviously had a very good international career as well, which helps. So, as I say, I think he's come back all round a much better player. I can tell straight away his hold up plays better, that his movement's better, and he got off to a great start with getting 2 goals and return to the club. So, as I say, it all looks positive for him.
Kyle Lafferty immediately involved, gets it away for Jaria. Rangers look to try and get some possession early in this second half. Arfield it was who went in. Here's Igboon. Ryan Jack it is who gives chase. Golson just come across and see that one out of play for the Rangers throw. Well, Lafferty replaces Daniel Candeas.
Yeah, it looks as if Arfield's just moved out to the right hand side with Jaria and Arfield in the middle and Kent on the left. So one thing Scott Arfield will do down that side is give you the work rate and the effort and the endeavour that you need when you're down to 10 men.
Arfield for Lafferty. Lafferty just sends it up the channel. Perhaps hoping for one of his teammates to chase, but
I think he'll need to chase that one himself.
Ufa have it, and immediately they're on the attack. Inside for Salatic. Nobody coming to Bica. Back to him now.
Rangers look as if they're quite happy with Ufa having the ball in these situations, and their defensive line and their midfield press has probably dropped about 5 or 10 yards deeper.
Easy block from Tavernier, but straight back to Bica, just gets it wide now. Golson it is who's come out to that right hand side to put in a defensive shift and slips away for the Rangers goal kick. Ufa not happy at that decision. Again, Saiswev had such an impact in that first half, of course, grabbing the equalising goal and being a real danger down that right hand side. Stephen Gerrard reorganising his Rangers team at half time with the introduction of Lafferty, and I'm sure he'll have a few words for Alfredo Morelos either on the flight home or tomorrow morning.
I think that at half time probably wasn't the right place to have those words. I think the message would have been how to regroup and how to deal with the threat of Ufa and how to snuff out the problems, and maybe a little bit of tactical advice for the left hand side of Flanagan and Kent to try and stop the problems down there, as that's where the threat was coming from.
We've just seen a lot of the ball in this sort of position early in this second half. Wide for Igboon. Tavernier has it. Well turned away, James Tavernier. Sends it long looking for Lafferty. Lafferty comes in, but Tabica has it. Lafferty will still give chase and forces Ufa just to play that one back.
Arfield's actually still playing quite central. I thought he would have maybe went out that right hand side, but he's still playing quite narrow.
Katic for Flanagan, gets away for Kent, and Rangers with a chance to break here. Arfield joins in the attack. It's almost a 3-on-3. Ryan Kent checks inside. Ryan Kent! Oh. What a save from the goalkeeper.
Great play from Kent, so direct, and as he had his man one-on-one in the box and he managed to get his shot away, and Ufa get really lucky there.
Ryan Kent took on his man all the way, eventually managed to get on. I think it was a slight deflection. What a save that is from Alexander Belanov.
Fantastic save from the goalkeeper after a poor first leg performance from him. He's redeemed himself there with a fantastic save, and he keeps his team in the tie.
Well, these set pieces really allow Rangers to release some of the pressure. Kent it will be to deliver. The ball comes in, looking for the Jaria, it's cleared. Ryan Jack sends it back in, but didn't get enough on it, and Ufa now look to clear. Arfield might be as well trying to take the fill here. They've managed to work the angle. Here comes Zvoglodov, sends it over. No chance for Ufa on the break. Saisev was in the middle looking for the pass. I think Rangers survived.
I think there you mentioned, I think Scott Arfield should maybe have brought him down and committed the tactical foul and let Rangers regroup and reshape. but it was a fantastic pass in behind Ryan Jack. And, Ryan Jack just gets back and does enough to put him under a little bit of pressure to force his shot over the bar.
Now Rangers naturally committing men forward for the set pieces. They look to grab another goal, which surely would kill the tie once and for all.
But again, before that, it was good to see they still have that threat on the counter-attack through Ryan Kent, who done fantastically well down the left-hand side to get a shot away, and was really unfortunate not to score. Because in this position, you still have to have an attacking threat. You can't stay camped in, and you can't get deeper and deeper, as you will get punished at some stage. So it's good to have that pace and that threat on the counter.
Tavernier's throw, looking for Lafferty, sent out of play. Much better though from Rangers. They're getting good possession in the more advanced areas, which is good to see.
It is, and I think that's why it was so important to get to half time, just to regain a little bit of confidence. And I'm sure the manager let them know they were still in a commanding position, they were still in the driving seat to go through. So and obviously making the tactical change as well helps that a lot, with having a target man up there that you can hit.
Arfield knocks it down for Lafferty again to chase. It's sent long, but that's an easy one, and you're just quite happy just to see that one away for the throw. Connor Goldson will let it go. As you see, the Ryan Kent opportunity again does so well to take on his man and the check inside, and that may well have been heading into the back of the net had it not been for the deflection from Ned Oseru, as Ufa make the change, and it's Pavel Alekin, the Ufa captain, who comes off. 51 minutes on the clock now. Looks to be limping a little.
Yeah, looks as if he's struggling.
The 34-year-old Russian, vastly experienced, and his place is taken by Ivan Oblikov. Started the game at Ibrox last week.
I must say, he was one of the players that from Ufa I was most impressed with in the first leg. So again, it's another attacking threat that Rangers are going to have to deal with.
Jack sends it long. Lafferty will give chase to any sort of ball over the top all day long. Again, Lafferty wants to chase it down.
But again, Kel doesn't want to tire himself out by chasing lost causes. We've still got a long time to play with 10 men, so in these situations you can just let Ufa have it and try and give him a little rest, because you want him to be that out ball in possession as well.
It's Igboon. Spreads the play for Vanek. Vanek looked in behind there for the run of Zavogledov, and it's brought forward by Ryan Kent. Good control from him. Going through the gears, Ryan Kent had to look for Lafferty earlier. Lafferty was the ball that was on there. Didn't quite spot the run of the Northern Irishman, and again Ufa looked to break as Rangers poured men forward for that attack. Tavernier comes back. It's over the head of Flanagan. Zavogledov with the chance, and Flanagan recovers.
Flanagan managed to recover really well there. I thought initially it was too narrow with the ball over his head, and as I say, managed to show decent pace to recover and get the block in and send it away for a corner. But again, it was great play from Ryan Kent, so direct, and the turn of pace from his own half to get to that area of the pitch. But when you get to that area of the pitch, that's where you've got to show the composure and pick the right pass.
Oblykov's corner kick all the way to the back post for Igboon, and Ryan Jack does well to force him to head well wide. Well defended from Rangers.
Yeah, Ryan Jack maybe just leaned into him a little bit, which is he's got every right to do, to try and put him off. And I think they were maybe claiming for a penalty, which it never was.
Steven Gerrard just again reorganising his sight. McGregor's long kick out, looking for Lafferty. Lafferty gets the flick on, but just drops out of play. Immediately Ufa restart as they look for the way back into the game. Rangers of course still leading by 2-1 on aggregate. Great to have your company on Rangers TV this Thursday afternoon. UEFA Europa League playoff action. Zavogledov taking on Flanagan again. Flanagan does his job. Just happy to see that one out for the throw. Zavogledov will take the throw. the back post. Tavernier applies the pressure and Scott Arfield comes out. Back in for Flanagan. Zvogodov. Always looks like something on it. Here's Kent. Jack for Ajaria. Looks inside for Kent. Come for Ryan Jack, will it? Yes, it will eventually. Ajaria.
Again, it's good composure for Jack, winning possession and picking a pass and finding a Rangers player and giving Rangers a little respite.
Ajaria just winning that free kick. Did well to keep going over Ajaria. The foul came in from Van Eyck. Rangers, of course, still with other options on the bench. You'd imagine the longer this goes, we may see the defensive midfield presence of Ross McCrory, who's listed among the substitutes, as Katic just sends that one long and out of play. Rangers better selves, just trying to keep possession. I'm sure that's what they tried to do, but didn't quite work out on that occasion as Nedo Seru brings it out defence.
I think even Middleton would be a good option off the bench, players with pace and that can carry the ball, and he's certainly one of them.
Katic takes the sensible option to see it out of play. Sideswipe. Van Eyck. One for Tabica to bring under control. Arfield comes back. Ufa managed to work the angle. Katic comes across before Saisev can get anything on that one.
It's good defending from Katic. I think Goldson had been caught out of position a little bit, and Katic had to defend that front post, and he done it very well.
For plenty went forward here, and again it goes for the Ufa throw. Zvogodov putting Flanagan under pressure, and the throw-in's taken quickly. Jack it is this time who gets Zvogodov's ball into the middle. Olsen doing enough that time. Ajaria with the chance to step in. Free kick goes the way of Rangers. They'll get some respite. 57 minutes played on the night. Ufa 1, Rangers 1. Rangers still lead by 2 goals to 1 on aggregate.
You can see the urgency from Ufa's was up since half time. They're getting the ball back into play much quicker from throw-ins and set plays, and they're trying to do everything at a higher tempo, and that's going to continue for the rest of the game.
McGregor again using his experience to eat up as much time as he possibly can. Sends it long. He's a clearance throw for Tabica.
This is going to be the partner play for the rest of the game, I would imagine, with Ufa having comfortable possession here and a lot of possession in wide areas and putting crosses into the box, which Rangers are going to have to defend.
Sure are. So far, at least in the second half, there's not been too many clear-cut chances for Ufa. Just doing well to keep that back door shut.
They look as if they've settled down since the break. There was a period before that, just after the red card, where they were struggling a little bit to deal with the pressure from Ufa, and they were creating chances. Is there
a chance for Ufa? What a miss that is from Ivan Oblikov. Well, Rangers go to sleep at the back. Oblikov, the substitute, goes through. Maybe better serve taking it in a little bit further. Steady goes first time, and well by Alan McGregor's right hand post.
Just as we say, Rangers were looking a little bit more comfortable.
Actually hits the post.
McGregor comes out quickly, narrows the angle a little bit, makes it a little bit more difficult, but again Rangers get really, really lucky, and they need to sharpen up defensively.
Real moment of concern there for Rangers, the ball coming off the upright, and we saw it again there.
But again, Oblyakov was their most impressive player in the first leg, and he's come off the bench and he's carrying a threat in this game as well.
Get their foot back in the ball. Set long, looking for Oblyakov again. Just run through.
But again, they're looking to play in that channel. They're looking to target that area where they got a lot of joy in the first half. And again, when you're in that position, when you're a full back and a centre back, you need to get people round about you to help you. when they're struggling, and I think Flanagan will need to speak to the players round about him to get that extra cover. It's not a sign of weakness, it's a sign of organisation, and when you know you're not having the best of games, you need to get a little bit of help. There's no shame in that.
And so the looks of concern on the faces of those Rangers fans. The nerves are really starting to set in. Colston gets his head on it. Jack comes back, sees it all the way back to Alan McGregor. Good sensible play from Ryan Jack.
It's good composure. That's what you come to expect from Ryan Jack these days. He's got that in his game, and he seems to be developing it a lot more under this current manager.
Again, looks to build from the back. Seems to have been the pattern of play for this second half, and again Katic, good heading play from him. Jack looks to get it clear, but can't quite manage it. It comes for Goldson. Tavernier in the end it is. Gets it wide for the...
It's getting a little bit scrappy from Rangers just now. They need to settle down a little bit and gain a little bit of composure.
Sit in and all what they have for now. Rangers. Tavernier goes up, does well to win it. Second ball might drop for Arfield, it does. Lafferty coming back to hold it up and doing well to win the free kick. Good play from Kyle Lafferty, and finally Rangers will get some respite.
It's intelligent play, that's what you're exactly what you're looking for from Kyle in that situation. He's not going anywhere. Really difficult for him to keep possession, and he uses all his experience to win the free kick and gain the Rangers a little breather. As the manager's asking for a little bit more from his players, and he's got every right to do so.
Some achievement if Rangers managed to get through this tie and reach the group stages, but it's still a long way to go. Still over 28 minutes to go, and Lafferty just knocks over Tabice, and the free kick goes the way of Ufa.
There's still a long way to go, and as I said before, European football's never easy. Rangers look so comfortable after getting that away goal, and as I say, the whole game turned on its head with the sending off. I feel, and the Rangers players will need to dig their teammate out a hole here and qualify, and he can thank them later once they've progressed.
Getting Ufa happy just to be patient before they look to break the lines, and they've done it again. Good effort in the end from Zavogledov, cutting inside from that right hand side of Ufa Rangers left.
Ryan Kent was actually in a decent defensive position. He just switched off at the last minute and got caught with the ball inside him, and again it's a shot from outside the box, and if it was on target you'd be more than comfortable with Alan McGregor dealing with it.
They're sending it long again, looking for Lafferty. All the way back for Belanov. Again just retreating into their deep defensive block. Edo Sherry brings it over halfway. Back for the remaining. Spread wide for Zavogledov, and Flanagan does his job and wins the goal kick for Rangers. Much better, stronger play from John Flanagan.
It's much better. His distances were right there between the wide man and his own centre half, and it gave him the right to go and close the winger down and stop the cross into the box, and the bonus on top of that is gaining the goal kick and getting a little rest.
Concern from the Ufa coach Alan McGregor there, just asking his teammates to calm down, take it easy.
As we said before, it's never a good thing going down to 10 men, but Rangers have experienced that twice this season already, so they know the roles that they have to play, and it's something that they've done and something they've experienced.
Fine ball from Ryan Jack to get Ryan Kent away. Kent looks for Lafferty. Lafferty gets the header on it. He wins the corner. Does Kyle Lafferty?
It should have been a corner.
Looks like a corner, surely, for Rangers. Last touch may well have come from Lafferty.
I think that was a definite corner. I think he's headed it off the back of the Ufa centre back, and it's went out. So the referee in the linesman made the wrong decision.
Again, Ufa come down this right hand side. Again, Flanagan no stands up to it. Ogledov back for him. Around the corner and we'll see now before it could come back to Zavogledov by Ryan Jack.
It's good midfield cover from Ryan Jack. He noticed the running, he spotted it early enough to get across and get there first and let the ball run out for another goal kick to Rangers, and it eats up more time. That's exactly what Rangers want in this situation.
McGregor, again it will be with the goal kick. Lafferty makes a real effort to get that one, knocks his own man Ryan Kent out the way. Eventually the free kick goes the way of Ufa. I think it was Flanagan.
Flanagan needs to be careful as well. Obviously we've cautioned, he's setting him off.
That is a disaster for Rangers. Rangers are now down to 9 men. John Flanagan is sent off.
Wow.
Would do well to get out of there, would John Flanagan. Well, he was booked in the first half rather unnecessarily, and now Rangers will need to see the final stages of this match out with 9 men. John Flanagan red carded.
The first thing that springs to mind is Lee Wallace is on the bench, and I think right now Stephen Gerrard will be thinking about bringing him on as soon as possible. There was nothing in that at all.
That's never a booking, Stevie.
It's a terrible decision from the referee. There's no way you can jump without your hands being in the air, and as I say, he's very, very unlucky there, but he gave the referee a decision to make by getting the booking in the first half, and the referees decided to send him off. So a tough task, just get even tougher for Rangers.
Rangers will really have to try and regroup here. It's difficult enough playing with 10 men, but to play with 9, well, Rangers will really have to try and regroup here.
Rangers can through this with 9 men to get to the group stages. What a feeling it would be for those players that are still out there.
Difficult enough playing with 10 men, steps in to play with 9, well, do well just to hold on to this. Scott Arfield brings it well forward, wins the free kick, terrific play from Scott Arfield.
That are still out there.
Arfield at issue, steps in. Do well just to hold on to this. Scott Arfield brings it well forward, wins the free kick, terrific play from Scott Arfield.
But I won't repeat what he said, but what he did say was 100% right.
Yes, you can even see the gesture from Gerrard. He's obviously frustrated, and you can understand when you see how soft the second yellow card was for.
What he did say was 100% right.
Flanagan. It looks Andy Halliday actually is going to even see the gesture from Gerrard. He's obviously frustrated, and you can understand when you see how soft the second yellow card was for.
Back to the back 4, which is the most important thing just now.
Flanagan. Andy Halliday actually is going to come on. Fouled is Kyle Lafferty.
But I think he'll slot right into that back 4 as well. I don't think it'll be another 25 minutes or so. This Rangers team have got in front, obviously the back to the back 4.
If I do need 2 goals, but it's a 2-man advantage. Fouled is Kyle Lafferty for Rangers if they can see this through.
What, 25 minutes or so this Rangers team have got in front of them.
If I do need 2 goals, it's a 2-man advantage. They're so deep. This is going to be some achievement for Rangers if they can see this through. Off target by Oblyakov.
As you can see, right,
Alan McGregor will eat up as many seconds as he can here. And Rangers will make the change, and Scott Arfield will be the one to be withdrawn from the midfield position, so Rangers can get Andy Halliday on Halliday. You'd imagine he'll go straight into left back, Steve.
I think so. That would make sense to me. Obviously Lee Wallace might not be up to match tempo yet. That would be the obvious change that I would have made, but as we say, Andy Halliday can play in that position. They covered in the previous tie, and Maritimo in that position as well, and done it very well, so he's more than comfortable playing there. But as I say, it's going to be a very uncomfortable 25 minutes for Rangers, as they're defending a 2-goal lead with 9 men, and away from home in Europe it's never easy. And as I say, what an achievement it would be if they managed to get through this down to 9 men, and it'd be a great feeling.
As I mentioned, Andy Halliday did a fantastic job at left back out in Maribor.
I said Maritimo, but yeah, he did fall in that position, and as I say, he's more than capable of playing there.
Flashbacks to the European tie from 2004 there. I keep saying it though, it's going to be some effort from Rangers to see this through. We spoke, get it wide.
We spoke about the patterns of play before. It's going to become even more obvious now. This is what it's going to be. If we're going to get the ball wide and they're going to put it in the box.
Well defended straight away from Halliday, and Jaria does really well. Kent looked to knock it back around the corner, but just held up in the artificial surface.
So we can see Rangers' defensive lines basically on the edge of their 18-yard box, and when you're down to 10 men, it's a really difficult thing to stop. 9 men.
Sends it in, and Goldson happy just to see this behind for the corner. We'll even look at set pieces with just 9 men. There's always going to be a spare man, you'd imagine.
There always is, but that's where you're looking for your big players to stand up and be counted, and Connor Goldson and Katic and McGregor are going to have to do that with the rest of this game.
There it comes to the back post, sent back across and away by Ryan Jack. Seru gets it wide, sent back in. Halliday it was, Ajaria completes the clearance. Now he takes on the shot, does Dimitri Svaisev, and we'll be delighted.
But I think Rangers will be more than happy with Ufa taking their shots from that kind of distance, because Alan McGregor in goal he's more than capable of dealing with that. I think the biggest threat's going to come from the wide areas and having to defend the crosses properly, but the 2 centre halves that the manager brought in the summer have done that really well so far this season, so hopefully they can continue it for the rest of this match.
Fingers crossed. Well, there's been fantastic support for the home side right through the game. They'll really push their side on in what remains of this game. Interesting to see though, just 1 shot on target from Ufa.
Yeah, it's again, that shows that Rangers are really well organised and they're well drilled on the training field, and but I'm sure when they're doing their work on the training field, they're always doing it with 11 men, and it becomes a lot more difficult when you're down to 9. It's almost going to become like a training session with attack v defence.
Goldson will win that one. Just sends it away for the corner kick. There's constant crosses from all sorts of positions, really testing the Rangers players. Sent in again, and the ball from Tabica just seen out almost by Ajaria. In fact, turns it over, does Ovie Ajaria, just keep it in play. Ovie does well. Sends Kent away. It's 1-on-1. Ryan Kent sends it in for Ryan Jack. Jack it is who provides the support. What can Ryan Jack do here? Just rebounds off his man. We do well just to see it out for the throw in. Well, we do see the opposite side of that though. Ufa are going to commit so many men forward when Rangers get the chance. They're going to have men forward too.
I actually thought Ryan Kent should just have been direct and knocked it past him, and he's obviously got the legs and the pace to take him on, but fair play to Ryan Jack for giving him that option. After defending for so long and probably covering so much distance, Ryan Jack gave him a great option on the outside and got Rangers up the pitch and gave him a chance to take a breath.
Lafferty was over in that corner, but could only put it out for a throw.
One thing I will say is Rangers will have worked in these situations throughout pre-season, and when they went away in Spain, they've done a lot of work on their defence, and they'd have to face situations like this back four, so they will have done a lot of work to nullify these kind of situations.
Igboun it was, giving chase that time. So much space for Ufa around the box. Tavernier it is who sees that one away.
Then again, when you're working in situations like, you always give the attacking team an overload in training, so you're always dealing with a situation where the attacking teams get more numbers than you, so it's about organisation and keeping your shape, and as I say, Rangers will have worked on that.
Van Eck, Goldson away again, comes for Salatic, gets it wide. Rangers with the slip, and well, Igboun just couldn't react to the slip from Connor Goldson. Don't think he expected the Rangers centre half to do that one, and it just runs through for Alan McGregor.
Again, Rangers get fortunate there, but Igboun never reacted to the situation, and it falls right into the arms of Alan McGregor, which Rangers are obviously happy with.
Ufa will reload again through Van Eck. Comes now for Svev. Zavogladov. Swift again, sends it in. Foul goes the way of Rangers. Igbun is penalised at the back post. Again, a chance for Rangers to eat up a few more seconds. 15 minutes to go, just over, of this Europa League playoff tie. Ufa require 2 goals. Rangers down to 9 men.
Again, the work that Ryan Kent and Ijari and Ryan Jack and now Kyle Lafferty has been asked to do is a hell of a lot of work. So every chance that Rangers do get to take their time and give them a rest, and maybe give them the manager make a few changes from the bench to help that as well. As I say, every chance they get they'll need to take, because they're working really, really hard.
McGregor clears long, looking for Lafferty. Lafferty does so well to get something on that, but just drops out of play for the big Northern Irishman, and another sub is going to be made in Ufa, replacing Verelup Salatic. And Vyacheslav Krotov comes on for the final 14 minutes or so.
Again, it looks like another attack-minded player coming off the bench to cause Rangers problems, and he's come on and went right through the middle. So it's another body for the Rangers defenders to deal with.
Again, no, these attacking options, if Rangers do manage to get their foot on the board with Lafferty and the pace of Ryan Kent, and maybe a chance to run into space. Halliday was doing well to get that one away. Sent back in again, and McGregor just looks to take an awkward spin in front of him, does well to get it away.
But again, it's another shot from distance. And again, Alan McGregor deals with it. Didn't look the most comfortable, but he kept the ball out of the net, which is the most important thing at this stage.
Goalkeeper it is who comes all the way into midfield to pick that one up. Gets it onto Nedo Seru. Tabica now. Igbun. For Vanek. Vanek again with the shot from distance, away from Nikola Katic.
Rangers just look like they're setting up with a 4, and with a 4 in front of them. Kyle Lafferty's kind of playing out on the right hand side to try and give Tavernier a hand. So it's all hands on deck just now for Rangers.
Zavogladov's long throw away from Jaria, not far away enough though, and Ufa again get their foot in the ball. Zavogladov. Jaria looking for Kent. Kent will just push out there. Rangers maintaining that really tight defensive line. Lafferty it is who's covering over on the right. Comes for Igbun. Igbun to find the angle. It's wide for Vanek. Vanek sends it in. Meat and drink for Rangers. Headed wide.
Again, you can see there how tight the Rangers back 4 were together. They're defending the width of the goalposts, and defending that goal right now is the priority. And Andy Halliday's come in and actually slotted in really well to the back 4, and hopefully that continues to the end of the match.
So see that effort again, and McGregor it is who makes the save.
To be fair, the ball actually moves a little bit in there, which made it that bit more difficult for Alan McGregor, but he does what goalkeepers are paid to do, and that's keep the ball out the net.
With the 2-man disadvantage, Rangers really struggling to get any sort of possession whatsoever on the ball. The touch is taken by Krotov. Can only take it wide though. It's sent back in. Golson again, chance sent over the top with the deflection from Obliakov.
Golson's won a lot of headers defending the box, and as I say, the last 15-20 minutes has become a vital part of what Rangers are doing just now, and he needs to keep that going.
Again, Ufa always looking to change the angle from the...
What a save. What a save.
Corner, what a save from Alan McGregor from Igbun. Stunning.
It's an outstanding save,
but it comes again.
He'll need to do it again soon.
Just sent wide. Well, he was so important in Maribor, the game of his life out in Slovenia, and yet again Alan McGregor comes to the rescue for Rangers.
It's a fantastic save, and not only does he save it, he manages to turn it round the post, and that's what Alan McGregor does. He makes big saves at big moments, and he's done that throughout his career, and as I say, as a defender in that team, to know that if you do make a mistake, that goalkeeper's behind you to pull you out a hole, and he continues to do it game after game.
Almost into the final 10 minutes. 10 minutes between Rangers and group stage football for the first time since 2010, but still a lot of football to be played here with these 9 men. Igbun brings it forward, gets it wide for Zavogledov, and again it will go for the corner kick.
But again, that's a work rate of Ryan Kent down that left hand side, getting back in and helping Halliday and stopping the cross, and now Rangers need to regroup and defend the set piece.
Vanek is standing over the corner. Sends it in. Jaria gets it away. Of course, nobody up front, so it's all the way through for the goalkeeper. Belanov gets it wide. Igbun take on Ryan Jack. Needs to go outside. Ryan Jack sends it across. Kent unsure what to do with it.
Again, the Rangers players are finding themselves in positions that they don't want to be in. Ryan Jack
sends it in. There's a slip there. Chance. Surely a foul the way of Rangers, and indeed there is chance to eat up some more seconds as Ryan Jack is felled just inside the area.
As I was saying before, Ryan Jack found himself here defending a 1v1 in the box, and it's not his ideal position, it's not exactly where he wants to be, but he's doing a job for the team, and we're going to have to continue to do that for the next 10 or 12 minutes.
The referee has his card out here. Ivan Podovic is who finds his way into that book.
It's funny that I thought the referee had only brought his cards for the Rangers players.
I think we'd spoken before, we thought the German referee may have suited Rangers' play. Sent off both Alfredo Morelos in that first half, and then John Flanagan in the second, to leave Rangers very much up against it. The clock continues to tick down. 8.5 minutes to go now. Lafferty wins that one. Will it drop for Jack? It does. Lafferty now. Just keep your foot in the ball, Kyle. Take it for a run if you need to. It's turned over by Ufa, by Tabica. And again they'll look to play out all the Russians.
Again, you look at the desire and the effort of Kyle Lafferty to get back in and get back in the team shape and help them out. And, when you're down to 9 men, that's exactly what you're looking for from a manager's point of view.
Just to cut it back, easy one for Jaria. Might have been better served just playing that onto Jack. It's given away. Vanek, good play though. Jaria to charge it down, and a chance to run for Ovia Jaria. Good strength shown. Could have went down there and maybe earned the free kick. Ufa will load again, but as you mentioned, Stevie, the defensive discipline from Rangers as they get back into the position. The offside flag goes against Ufa.
Even though the flag went up, it was great defending from Goldson again. Last ditch defending, and he manages to nick the ball with a great sliding challenge in the box, even though it was offside, rightly so. But again, that's what we're talking about in the first half. Don't give the officials the chance to make a mistake. Do your job, and Connor Goldson done that there, and he managed to defend it really well.
Gregor goes long, looking for Lafferty once again. Yeah, get something on it, Kyle Lafferty, but immediately he's back into defensive mode. Rangers just looking to hold what they have. Looking to break lines of Ufa, but McGregor will quite happy just to see that one go. 6.5 minutes now. Fans continue to back their team, their first ever season in European football.
We mentioned it before, this is the biggest game in their history, so fair play for them to get to this point, but hopefully Rangers can finish them off now and ruin it.
Long, looking for Lafferty, gets something on it again. again, Ufa just going from distance. It's becoming a bit desperate for them.
From Rangers' point of view, that's what you want. You want them to become desperate and start putting aimless balls in your box. And what you don't want is them cutting through you and
drop ball for. Well, what card is this going to be? It's only going to be yellow for Igboon.
Yeah, as I was saying before, you don't want Ufa cutting through you and getting to the byline and getting in behind and putting in dangerous crosses. You want them to get desperate and have shots from distance and putting in crosses from areas where it's a little bit desperate, and that's what it's becoming just now.
Yeah, definite foul from Sylvester Igboon, the Nigerian striker.
And again, it gives Rangers the chance to get a breather and just run that clock down. And they're in the home straight now. You just need to get to the final whistle, and what an achievement this would be for this football club.
Sure would, Stevie. McGregor, just again, similar pattern, long, looking for Lafferty. Tabica begins the attack, as he's done so often in this second half. Looking in behind Halliday's when Excellences comes on, might just drop though, and Tavernier it is, comes across.
It's great cover from Tavernier there. I think Goldson get beat with the surface again. It was a horrible bounce, and when you do get beat with that bounce, you want your full back covering, and Tavernier done it really well.
Back for Oblikov.
Again, you can see Rangers shade. Look at that time, we're back six at this moment in time, but it's exactly what's needed to get through this tie.
Ufa so high, and that's brilliant play from Tavernier. 3 and a bit minutes remaining now.
It was never going to be easy coming here. Especially with 11 men, it was never going to be easy, but to get to this point in the game and with such a short space to go after being down to 9 men, it's a great performance from the Rangers players that have been left out there.
Seems like such a long time ago, but how valuable does that Ovie Ejaria goal look now?
As we say, at that point, Rangers were so comfortable in the game, and in European football, it's never easy and it's never finished, and you can never become complacent. And the game, as I say, the game changed in a heartbeat. But as I say, after half time, touch wood, that Rangers have looked more than comfortable.
Oh, McGregor gets his gloves to it again for Rangers. I keep mentioning the experience that McGregor knows just how to eat up as many seconds as he possibly can within the legal limits, and Goldson just hoofing that one forward.
But again, it's not just the experience, it's making the big saves at the big moments, and it's something that he's done through his whole career, and in these big European nights and Old Firm games, he's the man that you can rely on. And as I say, the saves he makes these days, it doesn't surprise me. I've seen it all before.
Ejaria, brilliant play over Ejaria. Rangers men forward. Ejaria's got Kent to his left. Goes for Ryan Kent. Ryan Kent with the opportunity into the side netting. Immediately the call comes from Gerrard to come back, but
the fitness levels from Ryan Kent are outstanding. He's basically playing in a left back position. He's counter-attacked numerous times at real pace.
Here's Igboon, just a slip in the end from Igboon, but Katic taking no chances, sees it behind for the corner kick. Taking a shot. It's back for Jokic. Igboon. Tavernier sticking close to him. Cross comes in. Off the base of the post. Halliday is who completes the clearance in the end. Another chance for Ufa. Again, they'll come though.
Rangers get a bit of luck there, but when you've been down to 10 men for so long, you maybe deserve that bit of luck, and they got it.
Again, looking to play around the corner. Lafferty happy just to see that one out of play. Almost in the final minute of normal time now. Clock continuing to tick down. And the header it was from Krotov.
It was a really good effort actually. It was a good header for that position where he was in the box. He's flicked it on, and it's very unfortunate not to score, but as I say, when you're down to 9 men and you're defending for your life, you need that bit of luck to go your way, and Rangers more than deserved that.
Imagine with a bit of a chunk of additional time to come as well, but It's been some effort from Rangers to this point to see this one without any further concessions of goals. It's 4 minutes that we'll have added on once the 90 minutes are up. Looking to turn.
Great block.
Terrific, heroic defending from Nikola Katic. Putting everything on the line. Svaisev sends it in, headed wide by Nedo.
But again, going back to the pre-season that the Rangers players had, I think a few of them said it's the hardest pre-season that they've ever done, so that's the reason when you get to this point in the game that you can still break forwards, you can still counter-attack, you can still defend in numbers, and that work rate and that desire has been drilled into them from day one in pre-season, and it's paying off in moments like this.
So we see the chance for Ryan Kent again, and he just seemed to stay wide. He might have been better served either drifting wide and holding on to the ball, or finding Ryan Jack in the middle.
I don't think we can be too critical there. As I say, he's been working so hard defensively, and he's basically been playing in a left-back position for the lap since half-time. But to show that energy and that desire and that pace to get that far up the pitch, then he's obviously going to be a little bit tired when he gets there. But as I said, I don't think we can be too critical of him.
The free kick goes the way of Rangers, and well, Igboon, who was booked not so long ago, Rangers players just making the point that the referee was very quick to dismiss both Alfredo Morelos and John Flanagan for second yellow card offences. Very, very easy, simple yellow card offences, but we'll restart with Alan McGregor. 2.5 minutes to go from history, really, for Rangers. If they manage to do this, they'll have done it the hard way. Boy, will they have deserved it. Here's the Vogledov loading again. Katic, outstanding from the Croatian. Again, it's Katic that comes across. It's the corner for Ufa.
It's great defender from Katic, seeing the danger and snuffing it out and getting it away for a corner. And I say this second half of Rangers back four, back five, but whatever you want to call it, has been fantastic, and they've limited Ufa to very little chances.
Ball comes in again, and the free kick goes the way of Rangers. Oh, Rangers survived there. I think the foul was on Ove Ejaria by Dimitri Zavogledov. We'll see it again in a minute. Kyle Lafferty just looking for any sense of a headwind so they can eat up some more time. We'll see this one again, and yeah, definitely it's soft.
It's soft, but we'll absolutely take it.
I think perhaps been due a bit of luck from the match officials.
But again, it's that luck that you're always going to need when you're in 11 men and you're away from home and you're in Russia on a European night. You're going to need luck, never mind being down to 9. So Rangers more than deserve the luck that they're getting just now for the effort and the desire that they're showing to get through this.
If I just send it wide again. We're into the final minute stoppage time. Vanek. Kent steps in. Brought away by Halliday. Here's Ryan Jack. Ryan Jack just taking it for a run. On you go, Ryan Jack. Go yourself. Go on, Ryan Jack. In the end,
but again, it's that energy and the fitness levels from Rangers tonight have been outstanding. The players have been on the pitch for the 90 minutes.
And the full-time whistle sounds! Rangers have qualified!
What an achievement. You can see what it means to the Rangers manager and his staff there. It's outstanding.
Unbelievable effort from Steven Gerrard's Rangers side to come to Russia to play so long with 9 men in that second half. Rangers are on their way. Rangers are going to the group stages. What an effort. And those Rangers fans who've travelled well, what a journey they'll have back. The broad smile on the face of Steven Gerrard. Those Ufa players are devastated. They gave it a real effort the longer the game went, but Rangers, they just couldn't find a way through the white wall.
It's great pictures there, as you see the hard work that they've put in and the work they've done in the training fields paid off, and you can see the the joy in the Rangers players as well. It's great to see, and as I said, it's more than deserved for the effort and the work rate they've had to put in.
You can see a bit of emotion in the face of Steven Gerrard. He will be so proud of his side. Rangers will be in that draw, 12 o'clock tomorrow in Monaco. 6 more games to come in the Europa League between now and Christmas for Steven Gerrard's Rangers side as they go to the small band of travelling supporters. Unbelievable from Rangers. They've done it, they've qualified. What an achievement. Ovia Jaria put them ahead in the first half. The equaliser came. Strice.